Was one of those goofy vegan doctors who looks like shit was on this podcast, and he was talking about how he got really, really sick because he picked these berries.
Remember that day, the day I did, I was like, I'm going to eat some apples, a little almond butter, you know, I had some berries and cream, stuff you normally eat as a treat.
How the fuck are you giving nutrition advice where you don't even know that this is a toxic berry?
You know, I had some berries and cream, and I just didn't feel as good. You know, like my back started hurting a little bit, and I was like, well, maybe that's where someone... So then I went and said, well, I'm just going to go back to eating meat again.
Wait, your back started hurting from eating apples?
And so some berries are toxic. But if you think about fruit, more fruit is edible than not.
Right.
The ties are intricate.
It was all a dream.
So the vegans, of course, oh, Dr. Baker has renal failure and his kidneys are being knocked off, right? So as some of you guys know, I've lost a little bit of weight here recently, which I'm putting back on very quickly.
That guy, look, I don't want to mention his name. I'm sure he's a nice person, and I think he's trying to do well. I think he's just trapped in an ideological paradigm.
So, I mean, I've got like super healthy kidneys despite, you know, eating tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of meat, probably more meat than almost any, probably as much as any human on the planet, more than any human on the planet. I mean, quite honestly, I mean, there's very few people on earth that eat as much meat as I do. I mean, there's probably a few, but not many at all. And kidney function, perfect.
The vicious ways they attack people that leave that I'm going to call it a cult because it's kind of like a cult. That poor guy looks like dog shit. He looks so bad. Man, do you have a fucking mirror in your house? It's like crazy.
It's crazy.
He's got this barrel chest.
The Neanderthal, assumingly based on their skeletal structure, had larger organs. They had larger kidneys. They had larger livers, and that's why they had that more of that sort of barrel-shaped thorax and rib cage, is because they were just, you know, they were having, you know, bigger those organs to handle their basically carnivorous diet. So
it's like crazy.
It's crazy.
He's got this barrel chest. He's no muscle at all. He's like
sarcopenia.
Sticks for arms. His neck is barely holding his head up. It's so strange.
All right, y'all know what time it is. Red Pill Vegan. Next.